Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn how you could create and access basic forms in JavaScript. So the main part of this tutorial would be how you could access forms so that you could use those forms and you could use the data which is stored in those forms. Now even if you don't know how to create some forms, you just stick around and you'll know how to create forms in HTML. So let's go inside the body tag and let's create some forms. So we don't want to go into the script tag. We will go into the body tag, but we will leave the script tag alone for the JavaScript code. So the code which we are writing now is basic HTML to create some forms. So let's create the form by typing the form tag. So this would be the form opening tag, and then we'll have the form closing tag. So this would be the form closing tag. And now let's add some elements to this form. So now let's say we want to add a username. So we type username and then we type input type equals text, as we want to include a text box. So we type input type equals text and then we are going to end it. And then let's say we want to store some password, so we type password and the input type for password would be password, as we don't want the password to be appearing on the screen. So we type input type equals password. Now once we have these two things with us, that is the text box for accepting the username and the password box for accepting the password, then we add a new button which is the submit button. So we type input type equals submit, and let's say the value of this button is also equal to submit. So you have successfully added the submit button. Make sure you have the proper quotations to this submit. And now once we are done with this, we are done with the basic HTML form creation. Now once we are done with this, we check if we have created a form properly. So I just open up this HTML document and we have the basic form with us, which is accepting our username and password, and nothing happens when we click the submit button. Now the thing which we want to learn in this tutorial is how you could access the forms. So now once we have the form ready with us, the next thing which we do is we need to name this form. So in order to name the form, we type form name equals, let's say this form is named as form 1. So now if you want to access the form, you just go into the script tag, and as we want to accept this form using JavaScript, we simply type document, and that is because the form is present onto the document. So on document there is form, so we type dot the name of the form, which is form 1 in this case, and then let's say we want to display the length of the form. Now the length of the form is nothing but the number of elements which are stored in the form. Now in this case we have 3 elements. First is the username, the next is the password, and the third one is the submit button. So in order to display length, we give a dot operator and then just type length. So this is basically going to give us the length of the form. So now once we have this code with us, we simply use a variable in order to store this value, and then we simply print out the value by using document dot write and just simply display the variable, which is x. So in order to check the result, we save the code and execute it on the web browser. So we get the value to be 3. And that is because we have 3 elements onto the form. So that's the basic method of how you could access forms. So basically in this tutorial what we have done is that we have created a simple form and we have added on the username and the password to the form, and also we have added a submit button, and that's just for the understanding that how a form is created and how you could access the form. Now to access a form, as the form is present onto the document, we initially use the document, then give a dot operator, then we give the form's name, which is in this case form 1, and then finally we have printed out the value of the length of the form so as to understand that we have access to the form. Now in the next tutorial we are going to learn how you could access some individual elements of the form. So I hope you understood this tutorial about forms. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.